everyone and welcome to Jubilee Road. Now guys, sorry it has been a week since I've uploaded. I didn't actually realise it was that long, so I thought, right, it's about time I got you another video. So today, slightly different to what I was planning. The schedule's gone out of the window at the moment, but never mind. Today we are here for episode 1 of Stock Take here at Jubilee Road. Now this series, I'm not sure how many episodes there's going to be yet, but there's going to be a few. We're going to look at every single locomotive, wagon, coaches, everything that I own in HO and 00 gauge. You can see a few of them in front of you now. We've got just here, we've got the Hornby 100-year celebratory wagon there. We've got a very early, that one seems to want to run away. We've got a very early Hornby HST. We've got an Intermountain BNSF loco from the United States. And then we've got the Hornby Peckett, it's a lovely little 040 steam locomotive. So I'm going to put them in certain categories. The categories, some of them will be British diesel locos, European and American. Then we'll have steam locos. We'll have an episode of wagons, an episode of just coaches, so that kind of stuff. So in episode 1 today, we're going to look at British diesels. Now this will not include DMUs, as this will have its own sort of episode. So let's go and check out all the British diesel locos I own. So here we are then at my collection of British diesel locos. Obviously I did say it excludes the DMUs, which will have their own episode in the near future. So we start off then with the smallest models here on the layout. First up we have the fab little Hornby Ruston, really fantastic model, and it does come with a wagon for pickups. The next two models then, we have two Hornby Sentinels. One is in the National Coalboard Blue, and then the black one is in Wabtec livery. So moving on then, we have an 060 shunter. Now this is made by Oxford Rail, and it is an 060 Janus shunter with a centre cab. So if we move on then, yes, I know guys, that 20 is missing its buffer, which is on the workbench ready to be refitted. So here we have 3 Bachmann Class 20s. We have one in Rail Freight Grey, or British Rail Grey I should say, or I don't know the real name for that, so just let me know, but it's large logo. And then we got 2 DRS Class 20s. Now this one here is still on the main line today. This is 20118, so that one is still on the main line. I believe possibly one of these two are, because one of them is named Gattersea Bridge. I'm sure that's possibly still on the main line, but I'm sure someone will let me know. All 3 are digital sound models, and these have been highly converted with working lights and different front ends, and that was done by Road and Rails. So definitely really nicely modelled, those two. So next up we have another 2 Bachmann models. We have a 24 and a 25. The 25 is looking very dusty because it's been in storage since Jubilee Road closed a few months ago. Both digital sound, possibly needing a little bit of work because they've been in storage. So next up we have 2 Helgen Class 33s. So we have one in West Coast livery and one in the British Rail Green. Now this one is Glenloy, and this is only just turned up. This is the newest tooling of the Helgen Class 33. This is Jenny Lewis. Now both of these are still on the main line, so this one in particular was perfect for me for the new layout, so it can run on my Heritage Railway plus mainline rail tours. So the next up we have a Dapple Class 73 in the Southern livery. Really lovely model and lovely colours on that. Well worth buying that one. Next up we have 2 warships. Now this is an early mainline warship. Believe it or not, it still runs. Not the best, but it still runs. I had it running the other day actually to see if it was still running. And then next to it we have a more modern Bachmann version. Lovely model, again, runs really well. So moving on, we have two Class 31s. Now these are both Hornby models. This is a Hornby Railroad model with TTS sound, and this is a limited edition Class 31 by Kerno Model Rail Centre. You can just see the colour there, really stands out. That's a fairly new model here as well. So next up, we have two Hornby Class 67s. One is in the Royal Train livery, and the other, you might be able to tell, is in the Arriva Trains Wales livery. Now this is an earlier tooling of the 67, I believe it's based on the Lima tooling, and obviously this one is the more up-to-date tooling. Both run really well and both lovely models. So next up we come to, well, one of the most famous and iconic sort of diesel locos here in the UK. Now these are classed as diesel locomotives, not DMUs. Now this is, as you know, the Class 43 HST. First one is in the original livery. This is again an early Hornby model, so probably dates back to the 80s, somewhere around there. This is a more modern Hornby model. This is in the Great Western green livery. And then we have the really special one. This was custom done by someone, which I bought it. This is Power Car. Well, you know which one this is. This is Sir Kenneth Grange, which now lives in the National Railway Museum. Bit of a shame it's cooped up in there, but you know which HST this is. One of my favourites. Next up, well, we have one or two Class 37s to have a quick look at. So this is a Bachmann model. This is Vale of Rydal digital sound. Next up we have the Royal Scot Class 37. This is a Vitrains model. Really nice model. They tend to be a bit cheaper, and they're nice models, so you should go out and pick one up if you see one at a good price. Next up we do have two Colas Rail Class 37s, again made by Bachmann. This is 421, which is currently still here in South Wales, sat on Landor Depot. And here we have, you all know what this one is. This is a fantastic split code Class 37, and this is Merle Evans. Definitely seen this one a few times on the main line. Next up we have another Bachmann Class 37, and this is the Euro Phoenix livery, and I think this is a fab livery. I don't know if you can just see it sat there. Fab livery on a Class 37 and really suits it. Next up we have a Hornby 37. Now this is a Railroad Class 37 with the TTS fitted, but I had this weathered and detailed, and it doesn't look like a cheap model anymore, bar not having any lights, that is. But yeah, you can see the weather in there and the extra detail. I do plan on upgrading the speaker in this at some time. So next up we have the only Class 47 here at the layout, made by Bachmann again, and this obviously is in the West Coast Railways livery, and it is number 47245. Definitely a mainline performer there. Next up we have three Bachmann Class 57s. You could be thinking, hang on a minute, this looks like a 47. Well, you could be right, it does. These were not facelift at all when the 57s first came around. All they did, changed the engine, pretty much. This is in Freightliner livery, don't see it run too much. Then they facelifted it. You can see the different light clusters here on. This is the Great Western livery one. I'm not going to say the name because every time I say it I mess it up, so I don't want to do that today. And then we have this one in Arriva Trains Wales, which is in, I love this livery on the 57. You can just see it down the side, very striking for a 57. Shame they don't exist in this full livery anymore. Next up we go to Hornby, and we have a Colas Class 56. Now this is the factory fitted DCC sound version. Really great model by Hornby, well detailed and good quality, and fantastic runners as well. Now here we are at Dapple. Now this is one of the best ready to run diesel locomotives that we've ever had. This is obviously the DRS Class 68. Again, fantastic detail on this. You know, it is one of the best on the market, and we have 002 here. It is named, I can't exactly remember the name. Oh, it's Intrepid. There we go. I can just see it on the side of the model. Really lovely looking thing and good runners. So next up we have another Dapple model, which is the Class 52 Western. Now, I don't know how many of you know, this is my favourite diesel locomotive of all time. I absolutely love the way they look, and the sound that comes out with this, oh, it's just epic in my opinion. Most of you think I was going to pick a Class 37 for my favourite loco, but no, it's actually one of these. Really fantastic model here by Dapple. This is digital sound, fitted with Lego Man Biffo sound in this one. Next up we go back to Hornby and we have a Class 50. This is definitely in my top 5 favourite locos of all time. This is Ark Royal, and I know this one still exists, which is fantastic. Fitted with house sound, really nicely detailed model from Hornby. I did say I have a few locos, guys. I did warn you. Next up, we have another Hornby model. This is a Colas Class 60 Click Sergeant. In my opinion, this is the best diesel loco that Hornby actually make. Very heavy, runs really well. I know the horns are missing. They came off in shipment, so they're in the box. We've got to refit those. Really fab model there from Hornby. Next up we do have a Bachmann Class 70 or Ugly Ducklings. I can't imagine why they called that. Anyone have an idea? Yeah, they are slightly on the ugly side. Definitely got more of American look to these than the 66s do. Still a lovely model by Bachmann. Normally performs very well with lovely detail. So next up we have a collection of 66s. Or do we? No, this first one is a 59. Hornby, basically railroad version, but it has been detailed, you can see there. This is in Aggregate Industries livery. This is a fab little model. Runs really well, very good value for money. I am going to get a sound decoder in it, probably TTS at some point, and get these lights working, because they came with non-operational lights. So next up we go to a Bachmann Class 66. As you know, this is the last 66 ever made, which is in GBRF livery, and it is Evening Star, named after the last steam loco ever made. Mind you, that was still Tornado when they built that, but last British steam loco built was Evening Star, and they thought it would be a nice idea to name this one Evening Star. Very nice touch there, GBRF. Next up we have another Bachmann 66 in the EWS livery, and the number on this is 135. Had this one for quite some time. It's got a few running issues which I need to sort out. Then we have another Bachmann 66. This is in the Colas livery. It has been weathered. Again, Bachmann 66s are very good. They tend to run well and good haulers for the layout. We have another Hornby 66. Again, these are the basic models, but they're very good. They always run well. You know, a nice level of detail, but not quite up there with obviously the Bachmann ones, but very good value for money. And here we go, we have the new Hatton's Class 66. So you know my thoughts on this. Very good model, has a few issues as I mentioned, but overall a stunning model. And the sound is the best factory fitted sound. It's bar none. The other manufacturers really need to step up their game with their digital sound fitted models, because quite frankly the standard speakers that they use in factory fitted models are rubbish. That's it, they are rubbish, they're no good, they're not fit for purpose, and they really need to design more space in their models to get better speakers fitted from the factory. So we're here to the last two, guys. God, this has been quite some time. So we have a Bachmann DP1. This is the Deltic Prototype 1. Absolutely stunning looking model this is. Currently in the National Railway Museum. The livery on this stands out so much. Fantastic detail and a really great model here on the layout. And here we go, the last model. Now I've put this in diesel locomotives because I wouldn't call this a DMU, because you have a power car at the front and a power car at the back. That's technically a push and pull service like the HST and not a DMU. So you all know what this is. This is the Bachmann Blue Pullman. Obviously it comes in a set with 2 power cars and coaches. And this is still one of the best models Bachmann have ever produced. Absolutely fantastic detail, full lighting kit, runs really well, and the livery is just perfect and it looks really good. So, how many diesel locos do I have? Did you count them? Let's have a look. So, I just counted them, and if I'm right, which I hope I am, 45. You can see the lineup of there. Yeah, I do have a lot of diesel locomotives, but this is only diesel locomotive, guys. You know, we still got DMUs, we got steam, we got non-British locomotives on the way. So yeah, I reckon we're going to be definitely into triple figures when we finish looking at the locomotives. So there we go, guys. Thank you for watching episode 1 of the stock take here at Jubilee Road. Let me know what your favourite is out of all these, or what is your favourite diesel loco in real life. And you know mine is the Class 52 Western. Let me know and see if any of you have these models, and let me know if any of you have any more than I do. I thought I had a lot. Well, I do really, don't I? I'm very, I definitely have a problem. I need to go and see someone because I keep buying way too many locos, don't I? But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll be back here with another episode or other railway content for you very soon. Bye everyone.